Hey, I saw your ship. The Unreliable, right? It's a real beauty. Hey there. Word around the spaceport is that you came in on the Unreliable. You a new crewmate? Cut the shit. I know Hawthorne's captain of that ship, and I know you ain't him. You want to try again? I see. Well, this would have been easier with Hawthorne, but I hope that if you're flying his ship, it means you're a freelancer too. Wonder if you can help me. I run an outfit for the moving of, less than legal goods. There's a particular piece of cargo needs delivering to a particular individual in the spaceport. Thing is, I don't know where the cargo is right now. The crewmate who handles that is in the clink for getting a little too disorderly in town. We've already attracted too much attention. Too risky to visit her myself. That's where you come in. You help us out, I'll give you an equal cut of our pay. Great to hear. First, you need to go meet the crewmate who got herself jailed. Cassidy Mills is the name. She'll know where the cargo is. Be seeing ya. Remember, Cassidy's at the constabulary. She might be a little, wary, so be careful.
Don't think I know you. What do you want? Yeah. Don't think I don't recognize a slug agent when I see one. Shove off.
Hope the job's coming along well. Oh, I forgot to mention it. We got a secret passphrase. I like boneless spratwurst. Tell her that and she should trust you.
Oh, it's you again. Yep, that sure is the passphrase, even if it is dumb as hell. What's Dash's plan? You're looking for cargo from our ship, the Rat King. Small package, wrapped in brown paper. It got moved to the shipping yard, but I'm not completely sure where.
Muting volume now.
You one of the new workers? A lost tourist? Wait, I don't care. Just don't knock anything over. Sure do. Why are you interested in it? You authorized? Not that I care, but something untoward happens, it'll be my ass on the line. Oh yeah, I love that guy. You're square. Don't know if anyone will care about whatever's in this going missing, but I sure don't.
You're back, I see. Hope the law hasn't caught on to what you're doing. Law meaning authorities, that is, not the forces running the universe. No complications? Grand. The recipient is Joseph Dempsey. He runs the Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry.
Unclean counters, unswept floor, unhygienic vendor. This is unacceptable.
Hello. Welcome to Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. I'm Marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible. Oh, I see you've read some of my poems. Very clever, Inspector. Yes, my pen name is the Marketeer, though I also use it in certain business dealings. Wait a moment. Why do you ask? Hey now, hey, let's all be reasonable here. I'm just a middleman. None of this was my idea. Occasionally, jobs requiring discretion arrive here from the hotel. Always anonymous and always lucrative. For a sizable cut, I set these jobs up and ask no questions. Somebody sent me a note telling me they wanted you dead. I don't know who, and I don't know why. I swear. Yeah, of course. It's called a paper trail. Give me a little credit. I'm a professional. I've got to have some standards. I shall be certain to change my ways, Inspector. Welcome back. A shipment, you say? The only shipment I'm expecting is 100 pounds of salt tuna a week from now. And I certainly don't expect it to be brought by an inspector. Is that supposed to be some kind of code phrase? It has no nuance, no subtlety. Sticks out like a bent nail. A constable could detect that from the other side of Eridanos. I learn about secret codes in my off time. For fun. It's never anything that I actually need to use, mind. Playing dumb didn't dissuade you, huh? You're pretty sharp. And correct. Follow me to the back. All right. So, as you can see, this actually ain't the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. Welcome to my black market. Whatever you're here for, weapons, information, contraband, cane and ointment, I've got it. Sorry for the frosty reception. Had to make sure you weren't with the constable. But seeing how you're a freelancer, I hope I ain't got nothing to worry about. Good. A worthy freelancer is hard to find. Since you're in the know, you can access my black market stocks. Though, you'll have to come by later. I'm waiting on my next shipment. Here's your pay. Good doing business with you, especially seeing how you didn't take this to the constable. Would have been a mighty pain in my tail end.
Hope the job's coming along well. No sign of the constable, which really makes... Excellent. Let's divvy up the payment 3 ways and we can consider this matter settled. Thank the law. Should be just enough to get Cass out of her damn cell. I guess breaking even is better than leaving with your partner in the clink. You might not be Hawthorne, but you can sure resolve a problem like he could. Maybe better. Thanks again for all your help.
I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Miss Helen's death.
Calculating most optimal route now. Calculating. Calculating. Possibilities are indeterminate.
I've already told you 6 times, and I'll tell you 6 more. I don't want a fucking tour! You can badger me all you want. I don't care if I'm from Forest Mills. I'm here as an individual, and I have just as much right to be here as any other visitor. You're welcome to bring a lawyer if you really want to try to force me out, but I can guarantee you that I will bury them. Don't play dumb with me. How many of you fools have I spoken to by this point? 7? 17? Wait a moment. You have all your teeth. You're not soaked in filth, and you don't look quite as slack-jawed as the regular Rizzo's staff. Are you not with Rizzo's? My mistake. I'd ask what your intention was for coming here in that case, but I imagine you're not here for the Spectrum original either. Regardless, please inform me if you'd be interested in a job. I've spent enough time out here that I'm starting to itch. I do not enjoy itching. I'm sure you have questions. I did. You see, Rizzo's has been advertising a contest in the puzzle hedges. Whoever gets to the center first gets a bottle of the first Spectrum ever made, the Spectrum original. My interest, however, lies with the associated promise, the chance to attend the Spectrum Brown unveiling and meet Halcyon Helen. Indeed, you are a savvy one. Rizzo's can no longer make good on their promise, which means this entire contest is one big fraud case. All I need is a single piece of evidence. With the Spectrum original bottle, which is located in the center of the puzzle hedges, I will have all I need to sue Rizzo's for all they're worth. That's where you come in. I don't know if you know this, but Rizzo's is on the outs. They're losing power and losing money. This was no doubt a desperate bid to regain some lost clout. That, or their marketing team is particularly spiteful. You know the saying, I'm sure. Why work for a promotion when sabotage takes half the time and a quarter of the effort? Technically, I sue not on behalf of Forest Mills, but for my own benefit. In arbitration, it might be difficult to argue that this contest is designed to slight Forest Mills. However, as it so happens, if my lawsuit takes a chunk out of their savings, then I can collect while also damaging their capital. It's a mutual win. I make millions, Rizzo's falls further from the board's good graces, and Forest Mills products look that much more valuable compared to Rizzo's trash. Two buffoons, but persistent buffoons. There's that woman from Glacial Age who has perhaps never had an original idea in her life and hopes to pass the original off as her own. Then there's Navarre, who is strange. I suggested I give her the original after my lawsuit if we worked together, but she wouldn't hear of it. It must be hers alone, it seems. Navigating the maze is normally no easy task. Rizzo's has no interest in giving their property, however old, away for free.
Come on, Captain, it'll be fun! Not like they got Mantiqueens waiting around the corner or anything.
I'm glad you're feeling confident, but this maze is deadly by design. And if that weren't enough, Zimmerman and Navarre don't want anyone sneaking away with their prize. The place is mined and rife with murderous mechanicals. Excellent! I look forward to finally being able to focus solely on legal matters. Oh, and keep an eye out for competitors. Odds are they'll be looking out for the original as well.
Entering quiet mode.
Just wanted to make you smile! Did I hear something? Maybe?
Station encroaching.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis. Ground appears to be scattered with purpleberry seedlings. This particular strain is of a variety proprietary to Rizzo's and should not be in common use.
My word, stranger, you sure gave me a fright. I thought you were one of those strange sorts heaving all over the place. Maybe they got a bad batch of purpleberry wine. Since you don't seem to be laughing maniacally or projectile vomiting, think you could do me a favor? I'm trying to come up with a new name for a glacial age product, but the creative side of things just isn't my area of expertise. Do you happen to have any ideas? Hey, just because I'm in a hedge maze doesn't mean I'm not on work time. So what do you think about helping me out? Great! Don't worry too much about getting it wrong. If the high-rungers hate your idea, I can always just blame it on an intern. So, the company I'm with is Glacial Age. Our products usually have a finer ring to them, and the product I'm trying to name is a vodka. Take your shot. Wow, that sounds great! I'm sure my bosses will love it. And don't worry, I'll absolutely credit you in one of the product footnotes. If you find a map or a stepladder or something, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm beginning to fear coming here wasn't worth the trouble. Close. I want what's in the center. You've heard of the competition, right? Whoever gets to the center gets a rare Rizzo's product and the chance to meet Halcyon Helen? My eyes on the rare Rizzo's product, namely the Spectrum Original, the first product Rizzo's ever made. I intend to reverse engineer it and make it Glacial Age's own.
So you're just gonna steal somebody else's formula? I probably should have seen this coming by now.
Ooh, this is dandy. I was not expecting any feedback from field testing before I'd even created the product. I'll be sure to jot that down for future reference. All I need for my prototype is the original itself. Then I can start production. Reckon not. I've seen a couple of folks as out of place as, well, me. One's a lawyer. You can tell by the smell of cigarettes, booze, and tears. Must sense there's a lawsuit to be found with the original. On principle, I don't want him to get it. Also ran into a woman with a funny look in her eye. Plain told me she wanted the prize so she could stick it on a shelf. Hell's the use in that. Shelf ain't gonna help nobody. Looks like the others are getting a little more aggressive. I know it's asking a lot, but maybe you could find it for me instead? Help out a struggling R&D developer? It's these damn puzzle hedges. I don't know what I look like, but I reckon it ain't like a scrapper. That place is fit to burst with mines and killer machines. No doubt the work of my rivals. Better no one can get to the original if they can't have it. Dishonest? I've only ever heard that word used in that arbitration serial Lawful Labelle. Rizzo steals, Spacer's Choice steals, Auntie Cleo steals. And so, if Rizzo's decides to release one of their original products for anyone to take, then it's Glacial Age's right to swoop in and be proactive. My, oh my, wouldn't it be wonderful if a freelancer could help rescue me from my horrible plight? Ain't great news, but I'm glad you've got a direction. I don't have much of a backup plan if you don't find this thing.
Good news, customer. Every SAM unit
Hello again, youngster. You're certainly doing a lot of running to and fro. Don't overexert yourself. The wasp ketos can smell weakness. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes the body forget how stiff it gets bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel. Oh, there that damn thing is. Thank you. I guess this proves it's wise to label your things. Otherwise, some fool might use them as prizes in an ill-advised scavenger hunt. I will admit, I did take the original, yes. But I did so to keep it away from those who shouldn't have it. It's safer in my hands. If you're here to get it, I might suggest you give up. I'm known to be quite a stubborn git. Damnation, hadn't thought of that. Isn't my having it better than any random guest making off with it? I guess not, if it'll cause the company more trouble. Here's the original. Don't do anything with it that I wouldn't do.
Muting volume now.
I was hoping that by the time you came back, I'd have a better idea for my product name. No luck, unfortunately. Hi there. There it is. You've made true on your end of the deal, and I will on mine. Here is your pay. Oh, law, you don't know how much you've done for me. Once Glacial Age makes their version of this product, you better believe you're getting a special thanks.
Sakes alive, people these days have no respect for corporate name change.
Thanks again. This all means a whole lot to me.
Will report detected.
Everyone all right?
Trooper, stop asking stupid questions. Sorry, Commander. Rizzo's cares about the happiness of its family. Basically,
Bag required. This area has been sanitized.
I don't know what it is you're looking for, stranger, but I reckon you better get. I've had about enough of you and your ilk coming by with your searching questions and expectant looks. I know you with those void-damned hunters, and I know what you want. Well, you ain't getting it. Like you don't know. That damn group of hunters that keeps coming by and hassling me. Nobody ever visits just because they want to gab with old Cyrus. No, they either want to poach me out of my land or poach me out of my best friend. Damn straight there are. Wish I could go show 'em what for, but I'm old. And I gotta make sure I don't get Callie into no trouble. Two of us have lived on the reserve for years. Every so often, someone comes by trying to steal our land grant and evict us. We hold our own, but it's mighty agitating. Really? Oh, that's great news. Cal, you hear that? We're finally getting some help!
This unit is not registered to translate words in the primal language.
Hey, I think she likes you. Oh, why, that's Callie. I raised her myself when she was wee, and I was one of the first zookeepers at what would have been the Rizzo's all-natural caged animal park. Since Slug took the land complex over and the park was scrapped, she's been my sole companion. Reckon Slug noticed. They figured this place safe enough to entrust me with the land grant for the reserve. Something about it being safer from corporate espionage. Wouldn't expect a stranger to do an unsolicited kindness to a standoffish old man. You're something else. I suspect you'll find the hunters that have been after me beyond the hills on the other side of the river from here. See if you can convince them not to poke around here.
I'm getting the sissy sweats.
You don't look like one of my hunters. What are you doing here? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. What's your business with him? Or with me? Certainly, I pay better. Your employer is an ex-Rizzo's employee who defected to Slug. He's currently in possession of a land grant that is rightfully ours. You cross him off and grab us that land grant, I'll see you rewarded. Handsomely. Excellent. I'm glad we could reach an agreement.
What is it? Something in my teeth? Ah, I knew it! You'd quit asking if you know what's good for you. Ha! Think me a blame fool? I know a corporate greaser when I see one. You people only understand one thing. Force. Well, I sure as hell have got force! Carl! Come here! Well, this is quite the unexpected turn of events. Now, what is it you were saying? Laws! No, no, don't hurt Kelly! Oh, sakes alive, you're not anything like those other hunters. I guess the grant to the land complex is yours, stranger. And I guess our business is complete.
Rams on the job. Analysis of effort. Wrong tool for the job.
Your life was merely an illusion anyway.
Object is soon to be specialist. Customer. That will be the mistake.
I've had quite enough of you! Oh good, a fight!
You return. I hope you bring news. Oh, thank the law. And you've brought the land deed. To say you were more capable than the hunters I hired would be a vast understatement. I hope there were no complications. Good. I wish I'd been fortunate enough to encounter you initially. I could have saved a good deal of money. Rizzo's thanks you for your efforts to allow us to regain what is rightfully ours. Here is your reward.
Greeting protocols initiating. Greeting protocols cancelled. Phaeton cannot extend pre-programmed pleasantries at this time. Error. Phaeton requires an attitude adjustment. Affirmative.
If Phaeton's internal gyroscope's off-center, it's gonna spell trouble for the whole complex.
Affirmative. Gyroscopic misalignment creates an increasing likelihood of a critical flight path error. Possible outcomes include steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a storm, resulting in the destruction of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a lower altitude, resulting in the extreme compression of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a higher altitude, resulting in engine failure, followed by a rapid descent into a lower altitude, and the destruction of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Each of these outcomes represents an unacceptable violation of Rizzo's productivity standards for the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Clarification of clarification. Phaeton must be realigned with the ship's internal gyroscope in order to calculate a flight path with an acceptably low margin of error.
Attitude means the orientation of a spacecraft relative to the horizon. In other words, the complex has to maintain a constant attitude and heading, or we could all, well, crash.
Assessment confirmed. To achieve attitude adjustment, acquire the Gyroscopic Alignment Key, or GAC, and convey it to the Gyroscope Management Terminal in Engineering. Utilize the GAC to interface with the Gyroscope Management Terminal and execute the Gyroscopic Axial Realignment procedure. This will achieve an attitude adjustment. Rizzo's thanks you in advance for your assistance. Please note that Rizzo's does not pay for uncontracted labor, but a member of HR will issue a favorable remark on your permanent record. Access to engineering levels granted.
Reeks of I'll show you happiness! I'll show you happiness! I just wanted to make you smile! I'll show you happiness! I just want to be your friend!
You there. By the law, you seem to have your wits about you. I'm saved.
She looks like she's been stuck here for an age.
I mean, what are you doing here? You what? But I'm the captain. The gyroscopic realignment procedure is my job. Look, you don't understand. It's not safe out there. The only people I've seen down here tried to kill me. The automechs are shooting anything that moves. And then there's the canids. Not like these. Rizzo's was feeding them Spectrum or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, they got mean. And big. Crashing into a storm, succumbing to crushing atmospheric pressure. Those are later problems.
Sister.
Watch a pro at once. Anyone else?
Whoa, you scared the daylights out of me. Don't sneak up on a fellow like that. Say, you wouldn't happen to be the inspector investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. You look like you might fit the bill. Hey, I got it right. You must be a real top runner to be in charge of a case like this. Oh, wait, that's why you're talking to me. I'll help however I can. Ooh, this is my Terra Ray Grounder. Once it's working, it'll zap those winged sprats right out of the sky. Get it? Electricity, grounding. Not yet. I'm missing a few parts before I can power it up. Actually, you seem capable, and I need some help getting those parts I'm missing. I can make it worth your while.
This fella sounds way too happy at the thought of killing terror rays. You think we should trust him?
I promise, it's perfectly humane. Their skin will be fried off their bones before they can feel a thing. I hate to admit it, but terror rays give me the heebie-jeebies, and most of the parts I need are surrounded by them. I've got an incomplete list here, but I'm a tad on the scatterbrain side. You mind taking a look at my terminal to certify I ain't forgetting anything? I know, but trust me, once I've got everything, I can build a zap trap that'll keep those disgusting things out of the engine.
Bertie Holcomb couldn't have killed Miss Helen, right? Oh, I'm glad I ain't the only one feeling that way. He's got a good heart. He sounded like he was real fond of Miss Helen. I just can't see him hurting her like that. Poor guy. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. I'm sure Miss Helen would appreciate that. Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end. Eridanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater. Yeah. We've come a long way.
Bertie doesn't seem like he has the, how do I put this, intelligence to hide a bottle of zero-G, much less a murder.
Greeting protocols suspended. Checking for gyroscopic alignment. Gyroscopic alignment confirmed. Rizos thanks you for your assistance.
Okay, we'll spend.
You got an appointment? Appointment? Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment? Not entirely out of the question. Convince me. Wouldn't mind a new bolter pistol. I've fired mine so many times, the tips nearly fell off. Let's give Mr. Kincannon a ring. Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by.
Here for my alibi, I assume. Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine? An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people. Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune. I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid. Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular, isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter. Nothing unsavory, and nothing Ludovico shouldn't know about, if that's your concern. I'm quite serious when I say Slug is a legitimate business. As to the specifics, I'm not sure. The warehouse foreman should be able to tell you. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo... I'm obliged. Though in the spirit of honesty, I fully intended to strong-arm you into accepting it had you declined. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator. You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account. Was there something else you wanted to discuss? Bar fight? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
Did you now? You're confident they were Slug agents and not, I don't know, hired thugs in stolen uniforms?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few.
The real question is, why would someone want thugs to get their hands on Slug gear?
I suspect you're right.
But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
You said it, not me. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you. nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that matter settled, is there anything else you'd like my assistance with?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard copy. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. We ought to talk shop one of these days.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location. Ominous threat transmitted. Transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range. Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface. The area within a 0.5-meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles. That is highly likely, Inspector.
What's that you found? No, wait, don't tell me. Let's save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered. Due to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device. Based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus, the receiver has been present since approximately a week before Helen's death.
Hi there. Sorry, this area is off limits to port vision. Oh, wait half a second. You're the inspector. Sorry about that. I'll buzz you right in.
Hey, you think they keep any spare parts down here? Just wondering.
You're the inspector, aren't you? Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo that's been going missing. Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect? Perps! Just like a real inspector. Right, so the missing cargo. How can I help your investigation? That's the weird part. There's no pattern far as I can tell. The thefts don't make sense. I ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers, so dull they can barely cut mud, but leave the spectrum black? Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice Saber, full stop? Yeah, probably not. No one's dumb enough to think Spacer's Choice Sabers are worth half a damn. Then there's the most recent theft, 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder. I wish they hadn't stolen the blue pens. We can never keep enough of those in stock. Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Thing is, the cargo is going missing before the shipments even get to the warehouse. Best I can figure, it's probably getting lost in the shipping yard. As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager, he told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo. Could be. Those things'll break if you so much as look at them funny. That's Benton's area, but don't bother asking him for help. Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the whole head told me he couldn't help because he was dead. Brain dead, maybe. But no. My point is that if you think the automechs are a lead, you'll have to check on them yourself. Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined. Maybe they're keen on cashing out and want to go as painfully as possible. I don't know. Boss Kincannon's office is where he holds most of his meetings with important folks like Miss Helen. Just about all negotiations happen in his office too. Vendor pricing, major purchase orders, rentals for construction projects, you name it. Oh, before I forget, I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger. For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is triggered by attempted interference with cargo, or its transportation, or attempted destruction of the unit. Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes. There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed. Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time.
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99% power. Please designate the cargo to be transported and its destination. How can this automechanical assist you?
You got it, Cap.
Failsafe successfully disabled. Kill mode deactivated. Failsafe successfully disabled. Kill mode deactivated. Eject Reading Data Log 17C. Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo inventory lists. Unit entering standby mode. Have a nice day.
Inspector.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what happened? What makes you say that? Damn, you're good. Hacking the Automex. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern. A cover-up. I see. The random theft was a smokescreen to hide what the culprit really wanted. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that Slug would soon possess it. Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device? Not quite, Inspector. That listening device belongs to me. I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research. Unbelievable. I helped her, gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn. I can't begin to guess at her motive. If it was to spit in my face, she'd be pleased to know she succeeded. This is a betrayal, Inspector. I do not take betrayal lightly. Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead, and that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground. Halcyon Helen is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not. Oh, that is good, Inspector. Now you are thinking in the manner you must if you intend to get to the bottom of this mess. I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen's murderer. I'm confident of that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. I expect it will involve shooting quite a lot of guns.
Inspector? Closely, I trust. Tell me what you found. That doesn't surprise me. Cedric practically stole his way to Eridanos. He'll do everything in his power to keep you off his trail. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible for Helen's death? Fair enough, Inspector. I won't try to influence your judgment any more than I already have. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance for an accident. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least Cedric's alive. The universe is a just place. I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen? I beg your pardon. You think I killed Halcyon Helen? I knew hiring you was a mistake. I expect you to deliver the name of Helen's killer. I expect you to deliver results, Inspector. And if you can't withstand the pressure, then I expect you to resign. We're done. Your services are no longer necessary. I'm defensive, Inspector, because I'm under attack. I am assaulted by your perfidious and baseless accusations. You're convinced I murdered Halcyon Helen. Fine. Show me some evidence. Are you insane, or do you take me for a fool? No, I'm not going to wait. You had your chance. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrols. The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here right now. Forget what I said. I'm renewing your contract as of this moment. Damn it, someone's interfering with my transmission. Can you read the...
Whoever the real killer is, I got a feeling they're going after Mr. Ludovico. We need to catch up to him. Fast.
I guess, if we have to. Getting kind of tired of kicking my heels up in the penthouse all day.
All right. I got nothing going on.
We should definitely go. As for helping him, maybe we take the wait-and-see approach?
From the depths of Terra 2 to the heights of Eridanos, there's no mess that your SAM unit can't unstick, unclog, or unsully.
Think of this as an opportunity to teach Mr. Ludovico the importance of compassion.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Down they go!
Giving me the chuckles, you are. Right, don't mess with us.
Make you smile.
This place looks like one of my more colorful hangovers.
Your best shot, asshole!
To make you want to be your friend!
We all in one piece?
How'd you do that so fast?
It's you. I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders? Coming from anyone else, I might have scoffed. But you? I can believe you saw through my charade, Inspector. You are Sophia Conde's favorite gun, after all. I've heard about you and your ship, Hawthorne. You're one of the few competent people left in this colony. That makes us two of a kind. She was much more to me than a body double. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
Are you serious? Halcyon Helen's got a twin sister? I mean, yeah, it's obvious. You know, if you think about it.
A twin? The only thing worse than being an only child has gotta be having a perfect sibling. Can you imagine the parents?
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
I have no regrets. I did exactly what I had to do. I'd do it again. If it means defending Halcyon's future, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host. A bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again. A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent. Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy. The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes. That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico's side, just like the others. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them. She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot. You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness. Think of the future, Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
Sounds good to me. Let's get out of here.
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous. Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close. Head through that door. There's another way out.
Teach me that.
Challenge for breaking and entering. Inspector. We may have put a stop to Ludovico's operations, but he's still at large. He's probably gone into hiding, so we're going to root him out. This entire complex has been exposed to those parasites. Law only knows how many they've infected. Most of them won't even know they're carrying a parasite inside of them. If they're showing symptoms, it's probably already too late. Boundless energy, insufferable joy, an almost saccharine attitude of optimism. Then just like that, parasites bursting out of their bodies, fat and wriggling with vital energy. You're a step ahead of me, Inspector. An airborne pesticide of some kind. I think you may be onto something. Let's meet back at your penthouse. We'll ready our next move. See you soon, Inspector.